Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol. I'm so glad you joined us today. We hope you're enjoying our new format, some of the shorter and longer classes. We've added some new sections to the Bottoms Down YouTube channel homepage to make it easier for you to find the classes by length or by purpose or by body area. Be sure and check it out. And if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. Don't forget it's free and I'd love to hear from you, so leave me a comment. In today's practice, we're going to explore hip opening poses. You'll only need your chair, and let's get started. We're going to start by grounding our feet to the earth. So think about having those 4 pressure points equally weighted on the floor. So if you tend to pronate your legs or your feet, just make sure that you've got all 4 of those points equally weighted. Same thing about on our sits bones. We're grounding to our chair, right? So if you tend to lean or feel like you're leaning one way or the other, go ahead and make those adjustments so that you're feeling like you're grounded to that chair. Let's place our hands lightly on our thighs, palms facing up. Lift your heart. Close your eyes. Now connect your attention to your heart center. And feel your natural inhalation and exhalation. Begin to deepen those breaths, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Make that inhalation 4 counts. See if you can make that exhalation 5, 6, 7, even 8 counts. Use that belly breath if you can, inhaling, extending the belly. Exhaling, pulling the belly button to the spine. One more breath here. And release. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intentions for today's practice. One more breath here. And release it. Go ahead and open your eyes. Let's drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Feel that stretch. Go ahead and reach up with that right hand. You're just going to lay it lightly on that head. You're not going to pull or tug. Just let it lie there, giving a little extra stretch. Now your opposite hand, you're going to extend it out, kind of up towards the wall. Flex that wrist. Press through that palm. Should feel really good. All right, let's take the hand down first. Opposite hand comes off the head. Let's bring that head up. Wah, right? Just give it a little nod. And let's go to the other side. So we're going to let that left ear fall to the left shoulder. And you're just going to gently place that hand on the head. You're not pulling or tugging. Just gives it a little extra weight. Opposite hand is going to extend out kind of towards the wall. Flex your wrist, press through the palm of that hand. Oh yeah, one more breath here. Let's take this right hand down first, left hand off of the head, and then lift that head up. Wow, you feel it? I do. Do a little head nod up and down. One more. And let's just do one little shoulder roll. Okay. Oh yeah. And reverse it. Okay. So we're just simply going to take our chin and we're going to look over at that right shoulder. Okay. So just a gentle turn. This is for the neck. So we're keeping the body square, facing forward. It's just the neck is the only thing turning. All right. Let's go ahead and look center, and we're going to go the other way. And let's look center, and then we're just going to roll one shoulder at a time. And reverse it. Oh yeah. Excellent. All right, let's do a cat and cow. So we're going to place my hands lightly on my thighs. My belly is tight, heart is lifted. Now pull that belly button in, round those shoulders, tuck the chin, and let the head just fall. So there we are in our cat pose. Now we're going to lift our heart up, turn those thumbs to the back wall, and open into that cow pose. There's your heart opener. Let's do that again. Round down into cat. Lift up into cow. Let's add the breath. Let's inhale into our cow pose. Exhale into your cat pose. Just do that a few times. Go ahead and kind of at your own pace. Just a little warm up for that spine. Add the breath if you want to. It just helps us connect that breath to the movement, right? So later in our practice, as we continue to add more poses and try to connect that breath. But it's not important if you don't want to do it. It's okay. And release it. Very good. Okay, I'm going to take my right fingertips. I'm going to try to touch the ceiling with those fingers, but the shoulder is down. The other hand is going to try to touch the floor. So I got one hand stretching to the ceiling, one hand stretching towards the floor. Belly is tight. Stretch, 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 and release it. Let's do that again on the other side. Lengthen and stretch. Oh yeah, belly is tight. Don't lose that core, strength there. One more breath. Come in and release. Very good. Okay, I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to put it on the outside of my right knee. My opposite hand is going to come back to the chair. I'm going to lengthen through my spine, and I'm going to turn, and I'm going to look over that right shoulder. Now here, instead of it just being the head turning, I want that action to happen right at the rib cage, okay? So I'm looking over that right shoulder. Seated twist. One more breath here, and we're going to come center, and let's do that on the other side. So I'm going to take this hand, place it on the outside of that knee, opposite hand on the chair. Don't forget to extend the spine long, and if you want to pull that shoulder back first, then turn, you're going to get a little deeper twist probably. Because if we pull that shoulder back, then automatically the body just follows. Just one more breath here and release. Very good. Okay, we're going to do a seated pigeon now. You're going to leave your right leg right where it is. You're going to take your left ankle and you're going to bring it up onto that leg, that knee. All right, so it's kind of in front of that knee. And we're just going to hang out here. We're going to extend that spine long and we're just going to breathe. So beginning to open up into this hip, you should be feeling this hip right here. Extending that spine long, belly is tight. We're just breathing. One more breath here. All right. So we're going to take this leg and we're going to put it down and we're going to go to the other side. So we're just going to take our ankle up in front of that knee. So we don't want it on the knee, right? So it's in front of the knee. And we're just breathing. We're extending through the spine. We're feeling this side stretching. I feel it. Do you feel it? Right? It's just a nice beginning stretch for that hip. We're just beginning to see what we can do to open up those hips. One more breath here. Put that foot down. All right. Let's grab a sip of water. We're going to come to standing on the right side of our chair. We're going to do knee circles. You're going to hold on to the chair is fine. We're going to bring this knee up. So put your weight into the leg next to the chair. You're going to hold on to behind the thigh and you're going to bring that leg out, down, around, and up. Out, down, around, and up. Out, down, around. Last time. Now we're going to reverse that circle, all right? So we're going to go down first, out, around, and up. Down, out, around, and up. down, out, around, and up. One more. Down, out, around, and up. And put that foot down. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're just activating that synovial fluid, that natural fluid that's in that joint. It just gives it, and it's a nice stretch as well. Okay, so we're going to come up first. Now, I don't know, I don't care where you hold on to your thigh. You can kind of decide. I think I may try it on the inside this time, just to mix it up a little bit. Okay, are we ready? We're going to go out first, down, around, and up, out, down, around, and up, out, down, around, and up. One more. And we're going to reverse it. So they're going to go down, out, around, and up. Down, out, around, and up. Down, out. Last one. And release. Okay. Now for the next, what we're doing next is a standing pigeon pose. So I'm going to start behind my chair, and then I'm going to move out so you can see me better. But I want to show you what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be starting with an ankle to ankle cross, and then we'll walk ourselves down the chair. If you have a ladder back chair, you can walk yourself down the ladder, right? If you don't, you're just going to walk yourself down the sides of that chair, okay? But I'm going to come to the side so you can see me better, all right? If you want to come to the side, that's fine too, but I just wanted you to see how we're going to be using our chair to help. So I'm going to put the weight into the leg next to the chair, and I'm going to cross ankle to ankle, okay? Bend that supporting knee, push your hips back. Now, just simply let your heart begin to fall forward, and maybe you're holding onto that chair and you're letting your heart fall forward. Letting your heart fall forward, keeping that back flat. Wherever, whatever works for you, whichever version feels good to you, I want you to be feeling a nice stretch. All right, one more breath, and we're going to come up. Okay, and release. So that's a great version. Walk it out. Maybe that's where you want to stay, and that's fine. If you want a little bit more, I'm going to cross my ankle to my knee. I want to bend that supporting knee, okay? So you want to bend it so that otherwise, if I'm here, then that leg just slides down, right? So you want to bend that supporting knee so that ankle has a place to sit. Hips are back. Belly is tight. Same thing. Just begin to walk yourself down your chair. Down the chair. Down the chair. See how that feels, right? Oh, yeah. We just have one more breath here, and we're going to come up, and let's go to the other side. We're going to do it on the other side again with one more add-on, but let's go ahead and let that leg take a little break, and let's do it on this side first. Okay, so now again, the weight is in the leg next to the chair. Cross ankle to ankle, bend that supporting knee, shoot those hips back, let that heart fall forward, and maybe you walk yourself down your chair, right? We're breathing here. One more breath. All right, go ahead and come up slowly. And release. Okay. You want to add on? Come on, let's add on. Put that weight in that leg next to the chair, bending that supporting knee. We're going to cross that ankle over. Okay? All right. I'm going to shoot my hips back. Shoot my hips back. Walk your hands down that chair. Hang it out here, we're breathing. We're hanging out here and we're breathing. We have one more breath. All right, let's come up nice and slow. Put that foot down and take a break. Okay, come to the other side. Final version. You've got, you're kind of that stair step if you want to. You can build from ankle to ankle, or you can do ankle to knee. We're going to do ankle to knee. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm putting my weight into the leg next to the chair, and I'm going to come up and I'm going to do ankle to knee. Now, I've got that knee nice and soft. I'm shooting my hips back. I'm walking myself down the chair. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can bring those hands to the floor. So I will tell you, if you have one hand on the floor and the other hand not on the floor, come back up and hold your chair. I want you to keep the hips stable and square, okay? So if you feel like you can get one hand down but not the other, then you're twisting in those hips a little bit, and that's not what I want, right? I don't know about you, but I feel this one quite a bit. Can we just do 2 more breaths here? I know. 1 more breath here. Are we ready? Let's roll it up slowly. Oh my goodness. Whew. And release. Let's do the other side. So see how we're using our chair for that support? It kind of acts like a little bit like a block, doesn't it? So we're able to pull that floor up and use that chair. Okay, let's put the weight into the leg next to the chair. Go ahead. Remember, you can do ankle to ankle. It's a great version. If you're with me, I'm going to do ankle to knee. My standing knee is soft, right? Nice bend to it. My hips are shooting back. I'm going to begin to let myself walk down gently. And maybe those hands come to the floor, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter, right? These are just options. But I do want you to keep everything square so we're not, leaning. So if you feel like one hand can touch, the other hand can't, lift your heart up, grab that chair. Keep that stabilizing in through the hips, and the hips are square. We're breathing 2 more breaths. Just 1 more breath. Okay, go ahead, grab your chair, roll up slowly. And put that foot down. Let's have a seat. Grab a sip of water. We're going to come to the forward towards the edge of our chair. Heel toe your feet, so heel toe your feet nice and wide. Okay? Whatever works for you, right? Whatever that means for you is fine. I'm going to have my hands resting on my thighs, and I'm going to let my heart fall forward, keeping my back flat. Now maybe you walk your hands down your legs. Maybe your hands come to the floor. It doesn't matter. This is your version of seated forward fold. Can you let your head fall? Just 1 more breath here. All right. We're going to walk our hands back up our legs. Okay, good job. Heel toe your feet closer together, but not totally, okay? Now we're going to move into Garland Pose, Malasana pose. I'm going to let my heart fall forward, and I'm going to put the inside of this arm on the inside of that leg, the inside of this arm on the inside of that leg. I'm going to heel toe my feet a little bit further apart. I got them too close. My palms are together, and I'm pressing. So I'm pressing in with my legs, and I'm pressing out with my arms. Activating the inner thighs, you should feel that. One more breath here. All right. Release it. Leave your legs right where they are. Come up. Now, I just want you to let your knees fall together for an internal rotation of those knees. Of the hips. You feel it? Just one more breath here. Okay. Simply take your knees and open them wide. Walk your hands, keep the back flat. Let that heart fall forward. Walk your hands down your legs if you wish. Maybe your hands are on the floor. Tuck your chin, let the head fall. One more breath here. We're going to roll up slowly. Okay, we're going to move back into that Garland Pose. If you need to heel toe your feet together a little, that's fine. Let your heart come down. Bring one arm in. Other arm is on the inside of that leg. Palms are together. I'm pressing in with my legs and I'm pressing away with my arms. Just one more breath here. And release it. Keep the feet where they are. Let the knees fall in for an internal rotation. I know, right? Does that feel good? I like this one. One more breath. All right. Go ahead and bring those feet back together. So we're going to move into a seated frog. I'm going to scoot back in my chair. And I'm going to bring my legs and open them wide so that the seat of my chair is in front. Now, I'm going to do this two ways. The first way is we're going to leave our feet right where they are, so the knees are in alignment with the toes. We're going to pull the belly in, hang on to the chair, and let that heart fall forward. Okay? So this is a great version of seated frog. Excellent. If this is how you want to do your seated frog, come back up and that is fine. If you want a little more for those hips, and believe me, I know this is a lot, so this could be great. All you're going to do is take your heels and turn them more out. Now, I know they're not necessarily going to go out, but just more of an external rotation. So in the heels, instead of them being in, you see what I'm doing there? I'm turning them out. Same thing. Let that heart fall forward. Keep the back flat. You might feel it a little more. Now maybe your hands come to the floor. Maybe they don't. It's okay, right? Your choice. If your hands are on the floor, try to tuck your chin. Look under your chair. Wow. One more breath here. Slowly come back up. Bring those heels in and release. Does that feel okay? I know that was pretty intense. Seated frog. All right, we're going to move into a seated crescent lunge. So we're going to work on the front side of that hip now. We're going to take this knee and open it wide. Let that opposite knee fall down towards the floor. Push that foot back behind you and lift your heart. Right? So this is getting more of the hip flexor, which is also really good to stretch. Let's release that knee. And I know we do this pretty much every class because it's so important, I think, to keep those hip flexors flexing. One more breath here. Let's release it. Extend that leg out in front of you. Same leg. Pyramid pose. So lengthen through the spine. Let that heart fall forward. Keep your hands on your thighs if you wish. Let's go ahead and roll up. Do that one more time. Extend through the spine. Belly tight. Let that heart fall forward. And up we go. Seated pigeon. We got this. Remember, if you want to do ankle to ankle, great. If you want to do ankle to knee, let's do it. Extend the spine long, let that heart fall forward. Keeping the back flat. One more breath here. Go ahead and lift your heart up. Now, put your elbow right on in the front of that knee. Put your chin on those fingers. Press gently for a little different feeling. Pigeon pose. Go ahead and come up. Final version for our pigeon pose. We're going to extend our hands up to the ceiling. We're going to try to touch the wall in front of us. And then we're going to let those hands fall towards the floor. And we're going to let the head hang and fall and just hang out here. One more breath and roll it up. Put that leg down. Other side. Let's take this knee and open it nice and wide. Other knee falls towards the floor. Push the foot behind you. Lift your heart up into your crescent lunge. Let's release that knee and do that again. Trying to relax this glute, right? Heart is lifted. One more breath here. All right, let's face forward. This leg is going to extend in front of you for pyramid pose. Hands are going to be on your thighs. Lift. Let that heart fall forward, keeping the back flat. And roll it up. Do that again. Extend first. Keep the belly tight. Keep the back flat. Let that heart fall forward. And up we go. All right, pigeon pose. Remember, if you like ankle to ankle, that's fine. With me, ankle to knee, I'm going to lengthen through my spine and let my heart fall forward. My hands are on my thighs for support. Just hold, don't hold your breath. Just your natural breath is fine here. Let's do that again. If you want to inhale here and exhale as you lengthen, you might get a little more stretch. Oh, I was going to put my elbow here, wasn't I? There, let's do it that way. If you like it. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's okay. One more breath. All right. Final version. Hands to the ceiling. Try to touch the wall in front of you. And then just let those hands fall towards the floor. Tucking your chin, letting your head just hang. One more breath here. All right, let's go ahead and sit back in our chair. Place your hands on your thighs. Shoulders are down. Palms facing up. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Glimmers of goodness. If you only resent other people for not being perfect, you'll spend all your time mired in that resentment. If you blame other people for all your problems, you'll leave yourself no agency to resolve those problems. If you completely disengage from anyone who disagrees with you, you'll end up in a vast and lonely landscape of paranoia and fear. If you react to every slight with shock and outrage, you'll imprison yourself in a dark and bitter realm. Step back and remind yourself that life is not perfect, yet it can be very good. Neither you nor any other person is perfect, not by a long shot. Yet there is much good to be found in just about everyone. Summon the strength and sobriety to forgive others for their lapses, and yourself as well. Notice the glimmers of goodness and direct your focus towards those. There is progress you can make. There are joys you can share, even among those who don't always agree with you. Indeed, your own ideas grow stronger and more useful each time you interact with differing ideas. Whenever life moves forward, it is when forgiveness outweighs vengeance, when trust is more prevalent than suspicion. It is when people like you have the courage to turn glimmers of goodness into cascades of value, fulfillment, and joy. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Reach up with the right hand. Place it lightly on your head. Extend the opposite hand out towards the floor. Release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. Reach up with your hands. Place them lightly on the back of your head. Elbows fall towards the floor. Release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Reach up with your left hand. Lay it lightly on your head. Extend the other hand out towards the floor. Release it. Look up just slightly. Open your mouth if you want to stretch your jaw. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Click on that subscribe button and leave me a message, and I will see you next time.